Rahubat. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Um, so yeah. This video is about religion and the respect that I have for it. So I'll just hop into it. I'm not even gonna do like a little long introduction or whatever. So I find that a lot of people, like once they, get out of the Christian religion or Islam religion or whatever, they like get to this higher level of consciousness and awareness. And they try to like be like, oh no, the Bible is this, the Bible is a lie, and the Bible is incorrect, and don't believe nothing in the Bible. And me personally, like, the Bible is good what it's good for, and it's good for baby steps. The Bible, the Quran, that's it's good for, starting out. The Bible is like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. That's what the Bible to me is for. And it's a lot of times, when we come to these higher levels of consciousness and awareness, we like to be like, oh, we're better than this, and we're better than the Bible, and I'm better than all of the lies. But at the end of the day, we needed that religious book, or we needed those religious books to get us where we are now. So, when people ask me like, what do you think the Bible is for? Or, what's my viewpoint on the Bible? I'll tell them that it's a book of spiritual science and mismatch algorithms or whatever, and it's really symbolic. And I tell people not to really take it to so literal, because that was my mistake. And it's not even necessarily a mistake, because one thing that I can say is that most pastors or preachers or priests that teach the Christian religion or the Islam religion, they teach it based off the Bible or the Quran, and they're teaching their people exactly what is in the Bible, in the literal sense, and it does misguide people. So as far as, for example, I was commenting on somebody's Facebook status, and they started talking about Adam and Eve, and they were saying, oh, it's science, and Adam and Eve represents your subconscious mind or your conscious mind, and the serpent represents your spine, which I can see their perspective, and I can see exactly where they're coming from, because the snake, represents the kundalini energy and stuff like that. But where I got a little bit mixed up at was when they started talking about, Adam and Eve is your subconscious mind. And I'm like, okay, well, in the Bible, it does not explain it like that. It doesn't explain that Adam and Eve is your subconscious mind. It explains that Eve came from Adam, and Adam and Eve were the first human beings on this planet. And so I kind of had to explain to them, like, just dealing with science and dealing with fact, that, okay, Adam and Eve are explained, and your preachers explain that Adam and Eve are the first people, but in a realistic sense, there's no way that Eve can come from the rib of Adam, because in all evolutionary periods with mammals, animals, with human beings, a man is always born from the womb of a woman. So that scratches that whole, ideology out. That scratches that out right there. So then that brings me to the point where it's like, okay, so now this religious book it's mixed algorithms, and it's mixed up symbology, and it's in a way, it kind of makes me feel like, okay, now is this set up? Is this set up to throw people off? Because now you're talking about Adam and Eve were the first people. However, you can symbolically write it in a different way as the Bible is written, in different ways, symbolically explaining a bunch of things. So as far as like, the Christian religion and Islam and all the other religions, Hinduism, I respect what people believe in. Me, I know I'm Nuwapian. Like, I study Wunuwap. That's just what it is. And in Wunuwap, we deal with science, natural nature, right sound reasoning, solid facts. So if it can't be proven, then we ain't going for it. And then a lot of people say, "Oh, well, extraterrestrials can't be proven in y'all doctrine. Their existence can't be proven. However, you may not be able to understand, when we start talking about these extraterrestrials and these beings, but they're definitely written on the ancient Egyptian walls, and other people have come out and are talking about them. So we can't be like, oh, look, here go an alien being right here. We can't say that, but I mean, not we can't say that. We can't just prove it. It's not easily proven like that. Like how we can prove that a man comes from a woman, because we can easily get on Google and pull up a woman giving childbirth, and you can prove it that easily. It our doctrine definitely takes time because it deals with so much and it covers so much. So even though I'm Nuwapian, at the end of the day, that's what I am, who I am. I study Wunuwap. That's the doctrine that I study. However, I'm still a conscious being, and I realize that Wunuwap is not even the last stage of. It may not even be the last stage of my expansion or my spiritual growth or whatever. And I understand that no matter what other people's religion is or their level of consciousness, that doesn't mean disrespect their religion. I mean, we all have time periods where we become conscious and aware. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm holding a phone. we all have what was I saying? Oh yeah. We all have different time periods where we become conscious and aware of things. So when people try to get on like social media and argue with me about, oh, the Bible is this and the Bible is that, and no, you're wrong, I just be like, okay, all right, that's cool. You can feel like that, because at the end of the day, if everybody was awake and if everybody was conscious and aware, then there would be no balance. Like, what kind of balance would that be on this physical earth? So sometimes you just gotta let that junk blow in the wind. You gotta let it blow in the wind. And yeah, stop disrespecting people's opinions and beliefs, man. Because at the end of the day, we all entitled to have our opinions and our beliefs, because it's based off of our level of awareness. Everybody not at the same conscious level, and conscious just means being aware that you're doing something. So and then you could take it even a step further and say, now that I'm conscious and aware, I'm awakening. And everybody, even though they're conscious and aware, it's a difference, because then you become awakened. And when you become awakened, whatever, I'm not about to go all into that, but we all at different levels. Some people at baby levels, some people premature babies. Some people still in the womb, 9 months. Some people birth, some people 2 years old, and I'm just speaking symbolically. But at the end of the day, quit disrespecting people's opinions and their religious views, even if it's some bullshit. So what? Guide them through it and help them, and be respectful and bring them to truth and fact and open them up to it. You don't have to jam it and force it into their cipher. You don't have to force right knowledge, right knowledge into their cipher. Because at the end of the day, if you trying to really save your people and help your people out, then you're gonna be patient. It's gonna take some time. So yeah. To me, I respect all religions. I respect the Christian religion, even though I went through what I went through. I respect it. I think it's valuable. It's valuable. It taught me. It taught